Welcome to Film Frenzy, where we review movies of all kinds, giving you the unfiltered view. I'm Masai
Uncle Swag,
the Film Enthusiast, and today we're gonna go ahead and dissect Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. So this is the sequel to the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, part of a trilogy that now I'm learning about. And it's directed by Joaquim dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. And writers are Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Dave Callahan. Right off the rip, this one was another entertaining Marvel. Is this Marvel? Well, it's a Marvel character, but it's a very entertaining installment with the Spider-Man character. Animation is definitely pushing the envelope, and it's out there. They got all these different animation styles with 2D and 3D, and this style and that style. It's I think they take animation to another level. What are your thoughts on that, Uncle Swag?
I didn't like the animation that much. The different types of animation. I think they should have stuck with one animation, but it's a universe. Like what was the one, like the paper? It was like a paper type one. It was just the movie was good though. I mean, it was good, but I didn't like some of the animation with it. But that's my view. How I look at it. Other people might think it's different.
I don't know. I really do enjoy the different animated styles. I think that's the new style now of having a different collective of animation styles within one movie. So for me, it worked. And we have,
Maybe that's why it was a bunch of directors. Maybe it was different styles of animation. Like I said, I like the first animation and just sticking there. I'm just a stickler about sticking to one thing and let it go.
So what animation style do you like the most then?
I like the one that the Spider-Man universe was in, the main character. I like that type.
Oh, okay. So that's that
whole thing, but
3D type of style.
Yeah. It looked cartoonish, but it wasn't cartoonish. It's
right. It had a little bit of realism to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had a lot of realism to it. It was just different, like growing up from what we used to watch as cartoons. But like I said, I'm a stickler for certain things. It is what it is.
Yeah, that style you're talking about, I think is textured, so it actually kind of looks a little bit more realistic. But they have a lot of different styles in 2D, and I don't know, just like you said, this paper mache looking style. And
yeah, that's the one that threw me off. It was turning different colors.
Right.
The Jamaican guy.
I think that was when the Vulture came.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one that threw me off.
Vulture was in it. Yeah, that was it was a different style, but it didn't bother me. I feel like they're somehow, some way crossbreeding these different animation styles into one movie, but the main thread is the multiverse. It's the fact that all these different characters are coming from different universes and they're all colliding together and they're in one film.
Like you said, it's a universe thing.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. So. Now, some of the cast that did the voices for the characters, we have Shameik Moore, who did Miles Morales. Haley Stenfield did Gwen Stacy. Brian Tyree Hill did the voice of Miles Morales' father, Jeff Morales. You cracked jokes a little bit earlier, but Luna Lauren Velez, she's the one that did the mother, Rio Morales. It was not Rosie Perez. I don't know why you.
Oh, I seen her. She used to play on New York Undercover.
Yes.
And she was in something recently I just watched. I can't think of the doggone name, man.
New York Undercover, though. Yes.
Yeah, but it was a movie we just watched.
That she was in?
She was in Transformers.
Was she?
That's the mom.
Oh. Okay, well, we'll get to that when we get to that film. But yes, Luna Lauren Velez was the mother, Rio Morales. And then we also have... there's just a swath of A-listers that are doing all of these voices. I'll just name a couple more. Issa Rae did Jessica Drew. Oscar Isaac did Miguel O'Hara. And then we have Daniel Kaluuya. He did Hobie Brown. So I guess these are different hybrid Spider-Mans all across the board. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh, man. I think it was when he went to the alternate. He thought he was home, but he wasn't, and he met his alter ego. So it was like a collide. Like he was gonna be a bad guy. He couldn't believe it, So he was fighting himself. So that was like my main part of the movie that I liked. It was a twist. And I also like the way it ended. I did at first, but then I look at it, it keeps you hanging on because you thought it was going to be more. But just that fact of him finding out that he was going to be somebody evil, I like that.
I mean, that was damn near at the end, though, when he meets the alter
ego.
I
like a lot of different parts, but that part was my favorite. It was a good movie. It kept me intrigued a little bit. But there's something about that whole part, like that mystery type thing, really gets me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I do remember that part, and that part was good. It just had a lot of action all across the board. I think maybe the part that I liked a lot was the Spider Girl, the Gwen Stacy character, when she was fighting the Vulture inside the museum.
Oh yeah.
That part was pretty tough. You know what I mean? So I like that a lot. You had Miles Morales trying to save the world, and then still trying to come back to being a parent-teacher conference. That part was pretty cool too, the intro and whatnot. So a lot of action all throughout it, a lot of entertainment. They know what they're doing when they do this Spiderverse. They're definitely giving you a lot of entertainment, a lot to go with, and I really think it works. Probably the only thing I didn't like was making it a cliffhanger like that at the end. I mean, give it a little bit of closure.
Nah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. That makes you want to come back and see the next one.
I wanted to see the next one regardless. You don't need to,
I didn't like Peter Parker, though, carrying around his baby going all over the damn place, though. You can't be having a baby, and he's in a house robe. We just can't. Come on, man. And the baby's got a hat, Spider-Man hat on over her eyes.
But the baby, I think, was like a spider baby, too, right? The baby could,
why is he in a robe? But why is he in a robe? Wasn't the wife at home?
I mean, it is what it is. This movie, too, also featured a lot of great hip-hop, celebrating hip-hop's 50th anniversary. I think these films are now kind of really representing the flavor of hip-hop, especially golden era hip-hop in the 90s.
Yes.
It had that Rakim song, Guess Who's Back, to kind of open it a little bit. I just was, grooving, rocking.
I don't remember that part.
And I think it had Biggie as well, too. Yeah, the Rakim, the Guess Who's Back. It was kind of like the opening sequence, and he's kind of, saving the world. And
he was fighting the spot.
Fighting the spot, yes. I think that was probably one of the more underrated scenes that I liked a lot, too. That when he was fighting this. That
was hilarious, because my man couldn't get it right.
He definitely couldn't, man. So, yeah, that one was definitely, the music. The music really thumped when it needed to. And I think the music score in general was good as well, too.
Who produced that music score? It was on point. There had to be somebody old school.
It definitely was on point. Yeah, I think they have a good grasp of of this entire universe and how to make it ill and whatnot. And I think one of the characters, the Oscar Isaac character who played the Spider-Man that had like the hooks that kind of came out of the arm, and he was really coming after the Miles Morales character.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he had a wife that had that was pregnant, she rode the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's
whatever. So, it
showed diversity, a lot of different.
Definitely showed diversity. Things. Visually incredible. You're not gonna. There's no parts that are really too boring in it. Even though I fell asleep. That's another story, though. A little sugar coma from drinking those sugary drinks. We need to also talk about Flagship Cinemas. That's where we watched it. Flagship Cinemas in Matamoros, PA. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a pretty decent cinema to watch it in. It's got the reclining seats that go back all the way. This don't half step. It goes back all the way.
It's not crowded. Like with the seating. It's not crowded like right up on each other.
Yeah.
It's more family-oriented, family-owned type mom and pop. The only bad thing was the dude was by himself, but he was doing his job.
Okay.
Getting the popcorn and stuff. But the theater itself, it's clean, it's nice, it's busy. So it's a little busier on opening night sometimes. But they got a lot of things happening up there.
Man, I mean, the popcorn was good. The slushie I had was really, really good.
Pretzel wasn't good, though.
Pretzel wasn't good, no?
Microwave.
Oh, they microwave. Well, here's the thing. We go to Flagship Cinemas to check out Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Across the Spider-Verse. and they only have one person working the concession to open his shift, it looked like, or whatever. And this dude was literally a one man show trying to serve like 50 people coming in. And he did it, but I mean, I'd have been pissed, you know. Oh, you put me behind a snack bar and I'm the only person running around with his head cut off trying to serve like
your own damn popcorn.
You know.
Sons of bitches, here's the cups. You ain't getting nothing hot. Popcorn, no candy. All you get is popcorn and water in a cup. Ain't taking this shit no more.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, Flagship Cinema was definitely a great a great movie theater to watch this movie in. I enjoyed the experience. It's probably one of the better ones. What would you give Flagship Cinemas if you had to give it a rating?
Probably a 4.
4?
I'd give it a 4.
Me too. I actually would give Flagship Cinemas 4 buckets of popcorn.
At first, when I remember they first opened, they weren't good.
No?
Nah. I remember they shut down for like a couple of months. They actually was the first ones to come up, well, in the area with the seating. Then AMC followed. But when we went there the first time, like the seats were just regular seats. But then we went back after they reopened. It was like, oh, snap. Nice. There's a lot of room in there.
Yeah.
They're not greedy for tickets. It's a small theater. What they got, like 6 or 7 theaters maybe?
I think they have more than that, don't they?
They probably do.
I think they have like 9 or 10. I could be wrong, or at least 8.
But it's a mom and pop. And
but they have a bunch of them, right? Like Flagship is.
They got a lot of flagships. Yeah.
Okay.
They got one in Chester, New York.
Okay.
I haven't been in that one, but mostly this one because it's close.
Check them out. Their prices are reasonable. Their concessions is good. They have seating, lounge areas. Current movie posters, and everything is up to date. And they don't seem like they're an outdated type of theater.
No, they're not. They're not outdated at all.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they're on point. Now, going back to Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, like, what are some of your favorite characters out of this installment?
I think I like the main character.
The Miles Morales character.
Miles Morales was brought to life by the person who played him, who did a voice. You can actually feel that character. And he's grown up a lot from the last Spider-Man. I'm just waiting to see what the next one's going to be. I think they're going to keep on with this multi-universe for Spider-Man for a while. They can write off this for a minute.
You think so?
I think they can keep riding off it. If they keep ending it like they end this one, they're going to pop it off. But at some point, they're going to have to, I say do about 3 more and be done.
Okay. Yeah, I think I see. I don't know. I don't know if after this next one, the Beyond the Spider-Verse, they're going to continue to keep doing all these multiverse things. Maybe it starts to get a little bit saturated and played, but we'll definitely see. Adam Sandberg's in it. I did not know. There's a lot of stars that are in it. Mahershala Ali as Uncle Aaron. I think he's the Prowler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. I was watching the NBA Finals in and around the time, I think, when we did the screening for this, and there's a player on Miami Heat called Bam Adebayo. I swear he looks a lot like the Prowler, man. They or the Uncle Aaron. They look so much alike.
Maybe they get like their characters from people. They got to.
Yeah, I feel like there's a reference there. You know what I mean? Like they saw him. Who knows? But in any event, it was good. What about parts of the film that you didn't really care for?
Like I said, Peter Parker running around a goddamn house road with his baby attached to the front. That was the only part for me.
That was the only part for you?
I didn't like the what's his name too much. God dang it. The guy who was like the head of the Spiderverse. I can't think of his name. He was like the main. Yeah, I know I did.
But it's all good though, man. I mean, we watch a lot, but he was the head of the Spiderverse.
You remember the guy who came in and was doing everything?
I think so.
He's like a villain.
Oh, he's a villain?
I think he's like
the head villain?
He was on the Spiderverse, but he was in charge of everything.
He's
like the main. See, this is all I know.
I'm just gonna do a quick little bit of research to see what he's talking about in terms of this
Spider-Man, the main Spider-Man.
The main Spider-Man villain. Well, if I just put in villain, it'll show us.
What was his name? He looked Spanish and he had the stuff coming out of him, like the claws and stuff. That guy.
But that was Spider-Man too. That was another Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like he was in charge of everybody.
Right, he was the head
but
spider.
He was like evil, I think.
You think he was evil?
I think he had like a little dark side to him.
Yeah, they say the Vulture was the main villain.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I guess he wasn't really a villain because he was Spider-Man, but I guess he could be perceived as being a villain.
Yeah, he was a dark side.
Yeah.
Really, that character was a little dark.
Yeah, I guess in terms of anything I didn't like in it, I don't know, it might have been a little bit... To be honest, there was the one part that I thought was cool the way they did it, if you're looking at it artistically, is when the girl was kind of like confessing to the father that like she was the one that killed her high school friend or whatever, or not killed him, but like, you know what I mean, got him killed.
Right.
And that she was it was the girl.
Uh-huh.
And it was interesting because like when they hugged finally, because this is when she went back to her universe and they hugged, it's like all the colors in the room changed and there was like a music shift and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of interesting. And she was kind of like, you know, they split between her and Miles. I almost feel like I didn't like that. I wanted it to be more about Miles, but you know, you had two characters. I guess you had two separate storylines.
Yes.
You know, if you focused on one, then maybe it would have been a little bit stronger to me, But overall, you know, that's just my only small little gripe about it. Anything else about the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse?
Can't wait to see the next one.
2023 action-adventure film. It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. Doesn't feel that long if you don't fall asleep.
I was going to say, it didn't seem that long.
We both took naps, so, you know, you can't...
They're making those Spike Lee movies.
Well, you know, these are... it's summertime. You know, it's basically summertime, so these are the summer blockbuster films.
Right.
They're always going to be a little bit longer than the average.
That movie was good then if it went by. I couldn't realize that it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And... like anything, you have to stick around post credits because they do have some, you know, ending things that kind of, you know, allude to what's going to happen next. You know, we spoiled everything. We'll just kind of leave that for you guys to watch.
It'll be all right.
So what do you give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.
You give it a 4?
Yeah. I would say 4.5, but I'm going to stick at 4.
I think I'm going to do the same thing as well, too. I give Spider-Man Into the Across the Spider-Verse, 4 buckets.
4 buckets.
4 buckets of popcorn.
I'll stick at 4. I want to say 5. I'll stick at 4.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a solid film. You know, nothing that's going to be, you know, it's not 5, but you know, it's
good
solid.
Animation though.
Animation's on point. I think this is the wave of animation. I think it's going to start to look more like this. Actually, to be honest, I feel like it'll be dope if they could mix animation and live action. I know you said this had a little bit of live action, but if they do it like more 50-50. They did have
a couple like live characters in that.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Yeah, you was in my sleepy verse.
I went to sleep too. I was in the spider web.
I went to sleep too.
Yeah, well, you know, all that concession food, movie theater food. Anyway, that's it for us here at Film Frenzy. I'm Jay Masai, Film Enthusiast.
Uncle Swag.
And before we're out, check us out on YouTube. Check the podcast out on the YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram at Midnight Magic Media. Check us out on TikTok. And also check us out on the website, midnightmagicmedia.com. Film Frenzy, and we are